Hello, you all. Welcome back to my channel. If you're a returning subscriber, what's good? If you're new, hey boo, I am back with another video. We outside, okay, today. Taking in all this beautiful, lovely weather, okay? I wanted to come and bring y'all out on a little walkie walk with me. I see somebody running right now, getting that exercise in. I know that's right, getting that summer body ready, okay? Body out in this summer. Hopefully y'all see me good. The sun is kind of blinding me. I wanted to bring y'all to my special place that I always go to record. For the ones that's on my channel, they know that I got a special spot that I like to go have my talks with y'all and just give y'all a little piece of my mind. I also love my mornings, my moments of quietness when I'm on these walks. Sometimes you just gotta take things in silently, no talking. Just give me y'all a look at nature before we go sit down in my special place. Ask the Lord to give me the strength, the longevity, and the vocal cords to push this message and let it reach who it needs to reach. Please give me the right spirits, give me the right energy. It is so beautiful. Bless everyone that is on the receiving end of this video. Let them be able to get whatever it is that they need from watching this video and take it and apply it to their life in whatever way that fits them. Lord, nature is so beautiful. If y'all want to know where I'm walking at, this is a dog park. This is where a lot of people usually come walk their dogs, but it's also a place where it's like tons of beautiful nature, a lot of scenery. And this is how I get my morning started a lot of times. I'm going to be utilizing this time a lot now that it is getting beautiful out here. And I'm going to be bringing y'all along with me. Now, as I just said that, I just seen this lady walking with her two dogs. I don't want to put the camera on her because some people really feel weird about being recorded, and so I like to give people their privacy. I don't like to intrude on people's private times. I know how they can be. Some people don't want to be involved with social media in no types of way, even if you just crossing paths with them, okay? And so I want to respect these people's privacy. I don't know if y'all see this lake over here, but it's a beautiful lake right here. I may take y'all over there one of these days and just sit there and talk to y'all, because it's a very special video that's coming up. Mother's Day is coming up, and as y'all don't already know, if you know already, my mother passed away. So y'all see the lake over there? She passed away 14 years ago, and I got a very special video in mind for the ones who no longer have their mother here with them, and we are going to celebrate this Mother's Day the right way, okay? And so yeah, this is a video by request. Somebody wanted me to do a video about jealousy within the workplace, and it's so crazy because I had already had in my mind that I think I mentioned this to y'all before in my previous video, that I was gonna make a video about witchcraft in the workplace. And so this will be the perfect day for me to talk about this, okay? We are in good spirits, have spirits, and we are gonna talk about this. We are gonna let this off our chest. We're gonna get a better understanding of why certain things like this happen within the workplace. Now, I'm probably gonna be giving y'all a few testimonies as to how I was able to spot this within the workplace, okay? Why do you always seem to have so much negativity at work? Why you just can't go to work, make your money, and go home? Why it just can't be that simple? It's never that simple. It's always going to be some bumps and lumps along the way when you go make your money, okay? And so we just going to talk about it all. I don't know how long I'm going to be speaking, but I'm just going to let spirit flow with me. And so basically, I had made a couple of videos and testimonies. I don't know how long y'all been on my channel, but I made a story time a long time ago about some things that I had went through working. You may be the type of person that you are always going through something at work. Before we even get into this, I have worked with some lovely people. I have built some strong connections with people that I have worked with in the past. I have built a family, a union with these people. These are people that I would never forget. I still communicate every so often with these people. I have crossed paths with some of these people that I have worked with in the past, and it was nothing but good, positive energy. Okay, so I'm just putting it out there because some people, when they come talk about the workplace and certain things that they go through, you can literally tell when people are a troublemaker. They just seem to just have problems with everybody. Every place that they go, they don't get along with nobody. You can tell. But the troublemaker is a person that just don't seem to get along with nobody. And the reason for that is because they are the ones that is causing problems. Okay, so you is different with you. You have a lot of people that you are probably cool with in the workplace. Basically, we are just going to talk about, first of all, I'm going to share some testimonies because I've had this happen before to where, you know how it's some workplaces that you go to, you know how you had those good jobs and those bad jobs? These jobs are where it's a lot of witchcraft within the workplace. You are going to get a number of signs to let you know that this is not the right place for you to be working at. A lot of times in the beginning, you are going to be able to spot this. A lot of people like to overlook things like this, but when you become more spiritually aware, you are going to be more cautious of everything, even when it comes to places where you work. Now, depending on how long you have been at this workplace is going to be able to determine whether it's some sort of witchcraft going on. But it all goes to when you apply for this job, when you have the interview. A lot of times you are going to be able to tell what you are probably going to be facing coming into this job, because when you go into a new job, you are signing an agreement. You are basically signing a contract with them. So it's just like you basically taking whatever they are giving to you. Okay, and so you may not be aware of how this type of job or this organization operates, but you just want the money. Okay, let's just be real. Like, a lot of us take these jobs because the pay is good. We just want a job. Okay, and so a lot of times you are going to be able to spot certain kind of warfare at the job interview. Okay, it all goes into the person that is interviewing you, the manager or the supervisor, their behavior, their mannerisms, their attitude. You can tell a lot about a person through an interview. Okay, so a lot of times when they're interviewing you, that's how it starts. And I haven't heard a person mention this before. When you do a job interview with these jobs from hell, and I'm gonna give you some testimonies, okay? They are reading your spirit through this interview. They are reading what type of person you are. They are asking you certain questions for a reason, okay? And so while you just sitting up here thinking like, oh, I'm trying to sell myself, I really want to ace this interview, I really want them to give me this job, I want them to know that I am the best candidate, but it's really a lot of things that go on the back end behind it. You know what I'm saying? They are interviewing you, they are seeing what type of person you are, but a lot of times when people conduct these interviews, they have an agenda behind their professionalism, okay? And this is when it comes to being in the corporate world, the workplace. You are going to be coming across certain people. They want a person that they feel is going to be able to take whatever it is that they dish out. Okay, so if you have ever been to a certain interview, and then when it comes to these managers, these supervisors, you are going to tell if you are on one accord with this person, even though they haven't gave you the job yet. A lot of times when you go to the job, you already know for certain that this person is going to give you this job, depending on how well you conduct this interview, depending on the type of vibes y'all getting each other, like y'all feeding off each other energy. And so you can already tell if you are going to get a call back from this person or not. Okay, so we gonna go deep into it. We gonna start from the basis of everything, because a lot of y'all probably have not recognized this and you just took the job. Okay, but I'm gonna tell you how all of this has probably started. Let's say, for instance, And when I say they, you already know that they're gonna keep the job. That's not me being cocky or nothing like that. But a lot of times, you know whether a person is gonna give you a job or not. Not because you feel like you better, or you feel like you just overly qualified and stuff like that. We're not talking about that. We're talking about your energy, your exchange with this person. You already know that you are within right standing with this person. Y'all are feeding off each other energy. This person is giving good energy and you are feeding it back to them. Okay, you can tell that this manager or this supervisor is not going to give you a problem because they like you and they have some likable qualities about them as well. It's certain questions within this interview that is going to let you know where you stand with this person. Where is this person coming from? A lot of times when these managers conduct these certain interviews, they will be asking you things that really don't have nothing to do with your position or why you want the job. A lot of times they are asking you certain things because they really want to get to know you. And some of the times, I'm not going to say all of the times, some of the times it's not for the right intentions. A lot of these workplaces, they want a person that is weak. And so when you was at this interview, and this is another tricky thing they would do before they hire you, okay? Pay attention to everything. This is the one thing. If you have had jobs throughout your entire life, you can already know how the system go with this. But when you understand spirituality and the spiritual world better, you are going to know exactly what I'm talking about. You're going to be able to spot this. You're going to be like, yeah, she right, okay? And so when you first go to these jobs, pay attention to the environment, okay? Pay attention. Because that's going to let you know what you are coming into. Okay, don't just go into things bland Saturday. You got to take them blinders off. This is a place that you are going to be working at. This is where you are going to be coming every day. This is where you are going to be spending majority of your time. So you want to make sure you are making the right decision and you are not just saying yes to something. Okay, just because the money look good. Because that's a lot of times that's how they try to get you. Okay, they try to reel you in with what looks good. But when you get into that thing, you be feeling sorry that you ever came into agreement with it. You signed them papers. But when you go to this workplace, pay attention to your surrounding. Is it a clean environment or a dirty environment? And I made a video about this on my channel previously where I said evil spirits dwell in filth. Okay, so all of this goes into spiritual discernment. Okay, do not work at places where it seems like they don't care about their work environment. Okay, I have seen this a number of times throughout my work history. Places where it seems like they don't clean up. Pay attention to the coworkers, because a lot of times when you go to these interviews, you are going to see the coworkers. Okay, I've had this happen to me a couple of times before, and that just let me know right there. Like, you know how you ever went to an interview and they give you a work tour of the environment, and are you taking this in? You paying attention to certain coworkers, a lot of them will give you a dirty look when you first come to the interview. They looking at you like, they sizing you up. Let me just say this, okay, before we even get into this video. Everything is spiritual, okay? So you got to pay attention to the spirits that are operating through these people. If you are a spiritual person, okay, you are going to be able to spot these spirits clear as a day, okay? Right when you come to the first day of the interview. If you go on a work tour of this place, pay attention to your surroundings. Pay attention to the people around you, because it's going to let you know what you are coming into. Okay, are you coming into a lion's den? A lot of y'all don't know because y'all not paying attention. Y'all just ready to get hired and get the money. Okay, you ready to get that money. You don't care. But this is something that you really have to pay attention to in order to avoid these type of situations where you are dealing with witchcraft. But a lot of the coworkers, they are going to be giving you nasty rude energy in the beginning, and a lot of y'all have overlooked this because you wasn't paying attention. But going to this workplace, let's say for instance you had a good interview with the manager. This manager supervisor was really cool, so you feel like, okay, yeah, I got this. You prayed about it. A lot of times when you go into certain jobs, this is one thing that I like to do. I like to pray before I go into certain workplaces, because a lot of times the Lord is going to reveal to you whether this is the right decision. Should you take this job or not? Okay, when it's a job that you really feel like you just really going to fit in well, a lot of times you just know. I like to claim the job as if it's already mine. It's like I literally picture myself already working here and things like that. That's a good sign to let you know that you are probably going to be in good hands at this job. You probably ain't gonna have too many problems. But a lot of times you are gonna be able to notice whether you are gonna have some issues or not on the first day at the interview. Okay. And so let's say, for instance, you had a good interview with this manager or supervisor, but when you start working there, you may start to notice that, because a lot of times this is another thing too. This is how you are gonna learn.
Okay, so I forgot to put this in here, y'all. If it's a lot of pauses in here, I'm just adding stuff in. I be getting brain fog a lot. But basically, you had a good interview with this manager. Y'all cool for the most part. Now, that may seem like a good thing. But on the flip side, this manager, not all managers is how they are portrayed. You know, the big bad wolf, the person from hell. A lot of times this manager can be likable, they can be real cool, but at the same time, you got some managers that can be pushovers too. And this is how a lot of the witchcraft in the spiritual warfare starts in the workplace, because you got those, you know how you got them coworkers, they feel like they the manager, they feel like they running the place, you know, and you just be looking at the manager like, are they the manager? Are you the manager? Why is it that they are able to get away with bloody murder? Like, why you don't got no control over your workplace? And then you get to thinking back to the interview and you be like, I really thought this person was real cool and nice, and I'm thinking that everything gonna be an easy breeze, but really you bit off more than you can chew, because this manager may be a person that just kind of just let people do whatever they want, let them get away with everything. They really don't want to be the person to call this person out. They don't want to, even though they may be a leader or a manager, they don't have those qualities. Okay, they just may be a person that is very likable. They may be the type of person that want everybody to like them, so that's why they don't want to put their foot down in certain situations. Now, it's very seldom that you will have a situation like that with a manager, but it is possible that a lot of times why spiritual warfare may be going on, it's because the manager don't have strong enough leadership. Okay, they may be the type of person that just let people just get away with everything. And this is why a lot of the chaos starts. They got coworkers on the job that they should have been got rid of years ago. You know how y'all went to them workplaces and you just got them. It's either one coworker or a few of them. Like they just seem like they just some demons. Like they just came from hell. And you trying to sit up and figure out, how is it that you was able to work here for this long? Because the manager and the supervisor 9 times out of 10 has been letting them get away with too much. They have gotten comfortable with doing certain things to certain people. So yeah, that's one thing you might have overlooked. Okay.
It took me a while to learn how to really conduct the interview, because you know how when they interviewing you, they asking you all the questions, then they ask you, do you have any questions for me? And you say, oh no, everything is fine. I just want to know when I start working. No. You got to question them too. Okay.
And the reason why you want to question them is because you want to kind of let them know
without actually saying it that you are not a pushover. Okay? You ain't just yes. No. You are not a yes man, because you are asking them questions.
You got to let them know that you can't be tried in a sense, but you being professional about it. How well is your relationship with your employees? Like, just ask them questions that's related to the environment, like the stress levels in the work environment, because a lot of the witchcraft in the workplace, it starts with a high capacity level of stress. You just basically trying to figure out, how well do you get along with your employees? Like, do you be bossing them around? Do you care about what's going on with them? Do you care about their safety? A lot of these workplaces, they don't care about your safety either. Some of these jobs, they really want you to work a Hebrew slave, and I'm going to put that later on in the video, but just basically trying to figure out what their camaraderie is like with their employees.
And that's another way they're going to be able to spot what type of person you are. A lot of times they are going to be able to tell what type of person you are by the things that you don't say. Okay? Let that sink in, let that resonate. The things that you don't bring up, the things that you don't mention, a lot of times that's going to be a key way for them to be able to read you. A lot of people are reading you spiritually, okay? Don't think that these people ain't reading you when they first meet you. And so a lot of times when you really don't have much to say, or you just ready to just take it because you just really want the money, like a lot of times people can see your desperation. That's why I say, when you are working certain jobs and things of that nature, don't be just so quick to just say yes to anything right away. Okay. Because a lot of times people see your desperate energy as a weakness, and that can be a way to where they can feel as though you are bait. You are going to be somebody easy to get over on. You are going to be somebody easy to use. You are going to be somebody easy to pick at and things like that. And they know that 9 times out of 10, you are probably not going to want to leave this job because this may be your only source of income. You may really need this job because you might have been on the verge of being evicted. You got bills to pay. You got kids to take care of. You know, we just speaking real. But a lot of times people will play on that. Okay. Don't go into no interview telling these people that, and I'm just telling y'all based off experience. You know, when you first start off working, when you younger, you just say any and everything just to get the job. Like, I just want this job because I want some money. I got bills to take care of. I got kids to take care of. Some personal things you just can't keep to yourself. Okay. Learn how to have conversations so where you can maneuver your way around these certain areas, because a lot of things that you say, people will take it and use it against you. So since these people already know that this is going to be your only source of income, they already know that you on the verge of being kicked out of your apartment, you got kids to take care of because you told them this. They didn't ask you none of this. You just volunteered this information because maybe you just felt like you didn't know what else to say. You know how when you first start getting into the work world and you just really don't know how to conduct the interview well, you may be super nervous. You may not know what to say. So you just get the blabbing and just saying any and everything. A lot of people look at that as a weakness. Please know how to conduct the interview to where you are getting the gains from it. You are getting more of an advantage from them than they are getting from you. You telling them enough, but not too much. Okay? You are not showing them the hand to your playbook by revealing too much about yourself. Okay, you know how you just get some of them people to just, you conducting an interview real well. Sometimes you may catch yourself divulging some personal things about yourself just so you can feel like you getting to know this person, y'all really vibing, but a lot of times these people are getting information from you to use against you later. Okay, and so we are going to get into, you just started this job, the workplace. This is probably going to be a long video, y'all, so hopefully I got the patience, because I'm going to share some testimonies. But you started this job, everything going cool.
Another thing too I wanted to add was, a lot of times you are going to be able to avoid these situations with spiritual warfare, witchcraft. When you apply for these jobs, this was something I had to learn coming up in the work world too. Read the reviews on this job. When you see the pay, everything just seems to go out the window. You just seem to overlook everything. It say $23 an hour. Okay, apply. I'm ready for this interview. But it's a lot that comes along with these high paid jobs a lot of times. Is the money really going to be worth your peace and your sanity? Read those reviews, okay? Because a lot of times you don't end up finding out certain things about this job until after you probably ready to quit, or you have took more than enough. Now, a lot of times these reviews is going to give you a key indicator that you don't need to work here. You don't even need to go to this interview. I have read some reviews on certain jobs and I changed my mind real quick about going on this interview. I'm talking about good type of money, okay? You go and read them reviews, you are going to get
A rude awakening.
You are going to be able to avoid this situation altogether just by reading the reviews on this job. You go read the reviews, they talking about how co-workers messy and gossipy. That's spiritual warfare too. Gossip within the workplace, people always running their mouth talking about each other. That's spiritual warfare, okay? So you don't want to throw yourself in a situation like that, being around a whole bunch of gossip, messy people. You want to avoid that altogether. Them coworkers, they gonna get in there and tell on them. You reading these reviews, they talking about in big bold red cap letters, do not work here. But they talking about paying $20, $30 an hour. You trying to figure out what's so bad about this place. Why is they talking about do not work here? You need to take heed to that too, okay? Now, let me just say this, because a lot of people, these coworkers, they may just been a problem to the job, okay? And so they're going to go write a bad review. But a lot of times these people are not lying.
And I know this. Yeah, I'm sorry to sit up here laughing. I'm so silly. But yeah, if it seems like this job, they are another red flag is if people is always quitting on them. Like, that's something that y'all probably have not paid attention to too. Like, people talking about, people in the review talking about, I quit the first hour. I ain't even come back at the lunch break. That's because they already see the spiritual warfare. They don't want no parts. Okay, so pay attention to that. Like, if it seemed like this job, they always get people that's quitting on them and stuff like that. That means that they do not have a strong foundation. It's a lot of spiritual warfare and evil and wickedness going on in this workplace, and that's why people run in the other ways. So please take heed to what you are seeing. Pay attention to every single thing. Read everything. Do your research, because just a person. Please let me get this out. But a lot of times, y'all know how y'all ever had them jobs, they be ready to hire you right on the spot. It just be seeming like something don't be right with that situation. Like, you trying to get me to work right after the interview. They ask you, can you start the same day? It's because they got too many people quitting on them, and they really need co-workers. Like, a lot of these places, they'll be understaffed, and it's a reasoning behind it. These people don't want no parts of a company because they are wicked and evil. Okay. Number one way you're going to be able to spot a manager from hell. And you probably sitting up thinking like, girl, this ain't got nothing to do with workplace warfare, witchcraft. Yes, it do. Okay, these are the people that is speaking all these spells up over you. They casting spells upon you. These are the people, your managers, your supervisors, and your coworkers. So we got to start from the basics. But basically, a lot of times you're going to be able to spot a manager from hell is when you are going to be able to read their aura and their spirit. If it seems as though this person ain't really trying to get to know you like that, like they just want to know, are you going to be able to work? Are you going to be available? Are you reliable? And things like that. If it seems as though they are really just cold, you can read a person's energy. You can tell whether this person get along with their coworkers or not. You can tell that this person is just rude and nasty. Okay. We're just going to be able to read off their spirit and their word. This is not a job that you want to take, okay? And so a lot of times they'll be very stern, kind of strict. It's a difference between just setting ground rules, and they have really firm boundaries, and they have that leadership manager kind of quality about themselves, and the difference between a person is just rude and nasty, okay? A lot of these people that are in these positions, they don't deserve to be no manager because they are an outright rude and nasty, spirited, evil, wicked kind of person. And a lot of y'all are not paying attention to this in the beginning at the interview. But you are going to know that this person is a manager in hell from when you just don't feel like you connected with this person in no type of way. It seems like they just want to get you in, okay? You feel like you done aced this interview and you got it in the bag because they saying, oh, you can work. Can you work next week? I can put you on the schedule for next week. And you're like, oh my God, I really got this job. Like, I'm jumping up and down and sad. And the whole time, this manager see certain weaknesses on you. They're not going to come out and tell you that, okay? They already see that you're desperate for this job. You really need some money because you got bills to pay. And so they already know the type of hell they're going to put you through because they already seen your weaknesses at the interview. They already know what they're going to be able to get away with you. They already know that they're going to be able to probably manipulate you in some sort of ways because of your desperation for a job or for some money. Some jobs you have to learn how to turn down just for your own mental sanity. Okay, all of this, your workplace, this is a place that you are going to be spending every day at. And so you want to be at peace. You want to have some sanity at work. You want to be able to come to work, not to be going through hell, constantly going up against warfare and stuff. And we're about to get into that right now. It's so crazy, y'all, because my phone is about to die. Man, I hate this, y'all, because I was just about to get into the meat and potatoes of this video. Yeah, I'm probably going to end up finishing this video at home because my foolish self then came out here knowing that I should have brought my charger with me. Yeah, I always do this. Like, it's so crazy because my phone was literally on 70% before I left home, and now it's on 20. And when your phone get on 20%, it just drains like right away, y'all. But I'm gonna finish off the rest of this video at home, okay? So I'm gonna see y'all later.